respectful. It was a good though. It was good.
Mine's a little bit more low key than his.
But what is this? Paddock? No.
Yeah.
Paddock, nice.
Jake, how are you going to get paid if his fighter with $500,000 in jewelry and half in cash?
I'll just send a wire.
Yeah. So jewelry, you're holding onto the jewelry?
Yeah, why not?
Jake,
We'll figure it out.
Jake, what do you think about McGregor's weight gain and his thoughts about fighting?
Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less about him, man. I don't know. He's a loser.
During the Bisping rumors, there was talk about it actually being staged in Canada. What are your thoughts on maybe having a fight, not in Edmonton, of course, but maybe on like a big stage like a Scotiabank Arena?
Well, first of all, he couldn't prove that he was out of his UFC contract, which means he's not. And that's how a lot of these fighters are. They finish their career retired with 2 or 3 fights left under their UFC contract, so probably wouldn't even be able to make that fight happen, and he didn't do what he needed to do to prove to make that fight happen.
What about the general scheme, though, fighting in Canada? Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, look, I like Canada. Canada's cool, you know. Canada's a vibe.
Jake, is KSI still possible or not?
Nah, he's got to go fight somebody. Not really a thing.
Eddie, we have Joshua versus Usyk coming up, Canelo versus Bivol. Canelo wins, and we have Canelo versus Triple G. But do you believe that Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano is the biggest fight in the world?
In different reasons. You know, some fights generate more money. Some fights can sell more tickets, but this is groundbreaking. Like, I've not seen this kind of attention, this kind of type of media here for this. So when you talk about how big, what determines how big? And for me, how big is something that creates history and a legacy. And in terms of this fight, I don't think there's a fight that I've done that will be remembered as long as this one.
Jake, you mentioned about the women needing to show up and show support. That was something that's very famously happened at Ronda Rousey fights. Do you think we'll see a lot of women in attendance on Saturday or watching at home?
For sure, you know, and I even see it with my fans. I see what they're saying, and I have a lot of female audience, and they're all buzzing about this more so than the men's fights. And they're coming to support in person and buying the pay-per-view. So it's really good to see that. My mom's, you know, flown out here and is more excited than even almost my fight. She loves Amanda, so it's really cool to see the support that this is getting. And yeah, like I said, the women need to support each other on this, because this is going to be a big step forward for women's sport in general.
Hey, Judy, I've got a chance to cover a lot of your fights, and you're always like really excited, but you seem even more excited about this fight. Do you kind of see yourself just saying, you know, forget boxing, just doing promoter, you know, sometime soon?
No, I still have a long way to go, a long road in my own boxing career, a lot to prove. He says I can't become a world champion, and I'm going to become a world champion. So a couple fights, you know, 7, 8 more fights left. But yeah, I'm more excited for this than my own fights because of how groundbreaking this is, how historic this is. And it's my first time as a promoter, so it's a new experience and it's pretty fun.
Eddie, your reaction to Jake saying he will become a world champion?
Everyone's entitled to have a dream. No, seriously, I'm being serious. I think there's absolutely no way he can beat a world champion and become world champion. But I will say he's improving a lot. He's dedicated to the sport. I don't know how good he is because he hasn't really faced a real fighter yet. It's not his fault. He signed to fight Tommy Fury.
Well, a 5-time world champion in Tyron Woodley's a real fighter.
Mate, he's not a real boxer. He's not, Jake.
Well, I mean, the first skill in MMA is boxing.
Jake,
he won the UFC championship with a right hand.
He's a great UFC
But do you consider Tommy Fury a real boxer?
Yes, but I'm not in terms of ability. But listen, but Tyron
so what defines a real boxer?
A real boxer is someone
there's
that
these
is
journeymen like Andy Bishop who have
Who's
10.
Andy Bishop?
Exactly, but he's a real boxer, right?
But
because anyone can go and get a professional boxing
but what I'm saying
license.
is, Usman does not qualify to give you any right to talk about you fighting for a world title, and nor does Tommy Fury actually. But I give you the props, I give you the respect. You're improving all the time, but the proof will be in the pudding. I don't believe. By the way, I've said that I think Jake Paul is better than some fighters, but I don't believe you will ever get close to being a world-class fighter.
I believe that I would beat anybody on your roster that's under 10 fights. Anyone.
Well, we can do that.
Any one of your fighters that has under 10 fights. Easy.
Okay.
So
a cruiserweight?
A cruiserweight?
Any weight. Literally any weight.
Okay. So
any weight.
Any weight.
Any weight. I will beat anybody on your roster.
I've got about 400 of them.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Let's run it up.
Chef Clark.
No problem.
Chef
Give me your best real boxer.
Okay.
Give me your best real boxer.
Chef Clark, 1-0, right? Boxed in the Olympics, didn't medal. 1-0, just had one professional fight. He's a cruiserweight. You can have him, and I'll tell you what, I'll even provide him Well, actually, let me be careful on the price.
I don't know.
But I'm
He's
saying,
like
I've got
negotiating.
five.
Let's do it.
Okay,
No problem.
okay.
I already said I'm down. We're betting $1 million. I'm taking on anyone on your roster with under 10 fights. No
Okay.
problem. And that's right now too. Just wait to
Anytime.
just give me a couple of years, bro. Ooh, I'm coming for
I
your
hope
boy
you do.
Canelo.
Yeah?
I'm
Okay.
coming for your boy Canelo. That's on God.
Look, I don't think he minds that fight. You know.
He didn't say no.
Oh, no.
Canelo didn't say no to a fight with him.
But why would he not? That's
yeah.
the biggest. That's one of the biggest fights in boxing that can be made.
Payday.
Eddie, what was your-
Payday.
For both of you guys.
Eddie, what was your reaction when Amanda Serrano presented the 3-minute rounds at the announcement press conference?
I thought it was a smart move.